It's Levack and Goz right here in your computer windows. We are here. It's a Friday. Guys, I don't even know what day it is anymore. July 17th, Friday, July 17th, which means the second half of baseball is really underway today. Even though there is air restrictions, I believe last night one of the Mets players said it got a little metally towards the end. They were breathing metal, but that's just part of the game. So, not the game I played, but I never played in the majors, so maybe that's the point. But we are here, and we're proud. We're here and we're proud. I left the middle part out. Let's have some sports talk. Let's have some fun on a Friday.
Happy birthday to my father-in-law. The party's on Sunday. All those things are going on. Weekend will be great. Let's get into it. Let's lead off with this, Levack. Even though the Capital Region connection is still TBD, to be determined, this is, where did that exclamation point come from there? This is the AF1 regular season finale for 2026. Albany is on a bye week. They have secured the number 2 seed. The Nashville Cats have secured the number 1 seed. But after that, things get a little murky, cloudy, tougher to figure out. I see the new Arena Crown logo has been published. I see the new AF1 playoff logo has been published. Those things are pretty cool. But from what I have here, the artists formerly known as the Oceanside Bombers, now already known as the Oceanside Stealth, have been eliminated. So the teams that are competing for a playoff berth I have are the Minnesota Monsters, Kentucky Barrels, Michigan Arsenal, Washington Wolfpack, and Beaumont Renegades. Depending on how this thing all shakes out, we could see multiple seedings and changes. Any storylines or things jumping out to you here on this final week of AF1 action?
Yeah, it's what Beaumont winning in, I believe, is what it really boils down to. So they gotta handle their business. A little late season drama for everybody. Between realistically speaking, that 6th seed still up for grabs between Washington and Beaumont. So, excuse me, man, it's almost like I was drinking a beer. But if Beaumont's able to win, they're in. Was on a league call earlier this week, and Miguel Morga, your boy from Washington, very aware, had a lot of really nice things to say about the Minnesota Monsters. We're very big Minnesota fan. Minnesota going on. And it's actually Miguel's birthday today, too. Happy birthday, Miguel.
Hey, shout out to him.
Drogon's doing his guest appearance. Yeah, there it is.
Hey, shout out to Drogon. Look at everybody. We had a nice little roll call style earlier in the show. Yeah, so Beaumont, Minnesota, that is a 7 o'clock kickoff in that game. That's game 2. So it's cool that the playoff scenarios come down to the final regular season game. And as you mentioned, Beaumont wins, they're in. They jump Washington because they'll be 5-7, and Beaumont would be ahead of Washington. They get that final playoff berth. If Minnesota wins, Beaumont's eliminated. Minnesota is locked in as the number 3 seed. Washington would then be locked in as the number 6 seed. Kentucky would stay at 4, Michigan 5. So just quickly to recap that, Beaumont wins. They will be the 6. Yep. Unless Michigan loses. Now, look, I'm assuming Michigan beats Oceanside. I should be a little careful there. But if the favorites win, Beaumont's out. Beaumont pulls an upset, they're in. And the top 3 seeds, Nashville, Albany, if Minnesota wins, Kentucky's locked there at the 4. Yeah.
Based on tiebreakers and stuff like that, it's that 6 seed. That's what can really move. That's the only real mover. Albany and Nashville both sitting back, relaxing 2 weeks for both to get ready for whoever they're going to host in the the semifinals. But the road to the crown goes through Clarksville right now. So very, very different feeling here for Albany, New York. Is for the first time, I think, as long as I can remember, we are not going to host the crown if Chalk wins. If Nashville gets upset, well, then we can still host the crown.
Just to confirm this one more time, I'm under the impression that, let's say, we'll jump ahead here, right? Let's say the 3 and the 4 win. Nashville plays the lowest seed remaining, while Albany will play the highest seed remaining. And I hope you want to be able to understand that. Like, again, in that scenario, Albany would play the 3, Nashville would play the 4. If an upset happens and a 6 or a 5 seed wins, Nashville gets that. Albany gets the remaining seed.
Yep. That'll happen. That's the deal.
don't have any feel. I feel like I'm copping out of this answer. It's true. The game's not till August 1st. Today is July 17th. I don't have a feel of like if Albany could draw so and so in the semifinals, that'd be a better matchup. So much can happen between now and we'll call it the quarterfinal round. That's gonna melt my brain. I don't know if they played well against some teams. They played well against others. They had that one's harder to gauge 2.5 weeks out.
Well, so when I got to talk to Jake Lambert, the owner for the Minnesota Monsters, the sole owner of the Minnesota Monsters, by the way, very, very clear. He wants Albany. Like he wants Albany in the postseason. He and Mike Corda have a great banter between the two of them. So he wants to play Albany. He thinks that's the highlight. Like they're champions in back-to-back leagues. So this is their third different league in 3 different years. And here they are in the postseason with a high seed. He doesn't shy away from competition. He wants Albany. A lot of Albany fans want Minnesota because if it's not Minnesota, it could be Michigan. And Michigan has given Albany fits this year. So yeah, there's really no surefire way to do it. And by the way, Kentucky, if you look at the league notes, Darius Prince, Zeke Rose, Melvin Hollins, Joe Powell, they're all off suspension. So they will play next weekend in the playoffs, most likely, I assume, unless something crazy happens. So that makes Kentucky a whole nother team again, which at one point I told everybody I thought Albany, Nashville, Kentucky could beat anybody in all of arena, indoor, whatever kind of football. Kentucky had some hardships over the course of the season that took them out of that scenario. But here we are, and Michigan is they're hot as a pistol right now. They didn't need that game that they played against Oceanside. That didn't count for them because of the way the schedule came together and because of Oregon, falling out of the league. That didn't count for them, and they still fought in that game like it was a must-win. So Coach Liotta and what he's got going on in Michigan, Malik Henry and his relationship, there's a lot. It's not in last year. You knew it was going to be Albany, Nashville. Like you knew it. You just knew it. You knew it. For a lot of this season, I knew it. I don't know anything going into the last regular season game. Washington's been such a good team, and Beaumont's really come alive. So whichever one of those gets in, they're gonna make Minnesota's life miserable. Yeah, it's good. Listen, we're coming right down to the wire. Great second year for AF1. Great second year.
As we as sports fans always sometimes forget.
Notice I accidentally had the AF1 logo in our. There we go. We were talking AF1, so there it is. There it is.
We as sports fans sometimes forget when your favorite team or the team you root for is favored, how tough the adversity can be when you get to that spot because you're like, oh, they were supposed to win. And I hope that doesn't happen to Albany fans. I think it's going to, that they forget how much they had been tested in AF1 last year in the postseason. Back to AFL where they lost in the brawl in the mall. The Columbus game, I think back to NAL, then the Empire. But Columbus, I believe, scored on the first 3 offensive plays of that game. Yeah. So like they've been tested in the past in playoffs and championship, and rightfully so. Those are the best teams from that respective league and respective year each year. So yeah, it's just an odd dynamic that you mentioned a few minutes ago that Albany's not the favorite. Albany may not host this game. The test is going to be harder than anything else that Albany indoor football team has faced, and it's harder than anything the Firebirds have faced in AF1. All those matchups are tough. I love that Minnesota wants Albany. I love that attitude. To be the man, you got to beat the man. He wants the title. All that stuff's great. Michigan has given him fits. And we could see round 2 of AF1 for the crown down in Tennessee. So a lot of cool storylines. I'm sure we'll continue to cover that. I don't know what type of private jet or plane you and I have to get on to get down to Tennessee. I would love to do it. My goal, and I've said this on the show, my goal would to be have like this new thing we've got going on in August and then do a show. But you and I got to hit some parlays or something. No one's paying for us to get down there.
I don't think private jet is a thing. And I'll be there. Like that's like I have my role with the league. I'll be wherever the crown is. Like I don't really have a choice. So but you, on the other hand, yeah, you got to figure it out. That's a whole other animal.
As you like to say, what is this we stuff? Do you have a mouse in your pocket?
Yeah. I mean, all of a sudden, it is we now again. I love that my cat needs attention and then Goz's kids always need attention during the show lately. But yeah, it's exciting. We're getting ready for it. Christy McEwen is the halftime interview for the HTN YouTube and Vice broadcasts. which is great because she's the president of league and team operations, so she can kind of give you the road to the playoffs, how the crown's going to work, stuff like that. So good to have her on. She can tell some good stories about how she got into football and all that great stuff. So that's a little insider trading. Christy McEwen is the halftime guest.
I'm not done with Jeff Jarrett, by the way. Your guy, Double J. I would still love to talk to him at some point this summer. I want to get back to Double J later on, but before we do that, you know what? Hang on a second. Show me that shirt again. That shirt is awesome. Did you get that from our team today? Who'd you get? Did you get that from Delia and Christina today? That thing is awesome.
When we were still employed by the iHeart Corporation, they wanted me and one of our top sales managers to go to the Brothers That Just Do Gutters convention and to torture her. I had Road Dog shirts made and so we wore them to like some of the mixers, and I made her bark at people. So I like the shirt. So he's my boy Josh. Awesome. Rogue Logos, baby. They do a great job. I gave him a concept. He put it together. So
it looks beautiful. Hopefully the Yankees second half of the season looks beautiful for fans as well. They are officially back from All-Star break. The Mets and Phillies played yesterday, but it really actually gets underway. You said before we flipped on the mics, don't forget Dinger Pool is underway. I got to get my Dinger pick in by Monday. Emails have been adjusted. Sorry about that, Omen. Levack, let's talk.
I always use my personal email for that kind of stuff. See, you use the corporate email, and now that we're not corporate, that'll happen.
The worst part about it too is that you know what? No one cares about what I was going to say. I told him twice to change my email to that, and then he's like, "Stop changing your email, guys." Anyways, thoughts on the Yankees here? Well, expectations for the second half of the season, whether that's trade deadline, whether that's Judge, storylines you're looking at here for the Bronx Bombers.
Play of the day brought to you by Mohawk Chevrolet. I went into my app and I did Yankees Rams futures championship together. So tonight you've got Max Fried makes his rehab start tonight. I think Scranton. So that pitching staff's going to get back together. Aaron Judge probably not going to see him until late August. Some of the speculation is he might not get here till like the week before the playoffs. But if whatever that is, they've got enough bats. Bellinger's hitting well, Rice is hitting well, and it's a baptism by fire right away. You're getting the Dodgers right away. With the Phillies, they've got like some really tough games ahead of them. But I think you're going to see who they are right away. I really like the Yankees the second half of the season. History repeats itself. I think the narrative from the Knicks will be very similar to the narrative for the Yankees, where it's, they're the worst, they're the best, they're the worst, they're the best. They figured it out. They don't know what they're doing. And then all of a sudden it's like they start clicking at the right time. I think the Yankees click down the stretch. I keep an eye on the Red Sox. Red Sox are freaking maybe the hottest team in baseball right now. But I think the Yankees, the second half will be very good for the New York Yankees.
You mentioned the Yankees and the Red Sox there. It almost mirrors 2025. The Yankees went through a tough stretch of games in late June, early July. They bounced back at a strong second half. The Red Sox almost to the day, 7-game win streak there in early July, 7-game win streak. That win streak's now been extended to 9. So a lot of similar things with these franchises in back-to-back seasons. And Boston battles all the way to the end. And we know what the Red Sox did last year, and even into 2024, and what the Yankees looked like. And here they sit in 2026. The only thing that's really changed from you and I having these discussions about the Yankees from all the way back in the preseason, and for those who might have missed it, we both picked and didn't talk to each other about our picks. We both picked the Yankees to win the World Series in our preseason show this year. The only thing that's really changed from, late March until mid-July is for most of the year, the Yankees have been the best team in the American League. For the first time 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, they're not. The Rays are the best team right now in the American League because of how poorly the Yankees were playing. Can that change? Absolutely. That's why I love power rankings. They absolutely can change here throughout July.
We can do them. Do you want to do power rankings?
No, not right now.
We can do them.
What? Maybe soon a sponsor will have power rankings. People can actually see my physical reactions now on the video side of me being tortured by power rankings. But the Rays are playing better. The Rays have a better record. The Yankees have the second best record. There's some weird things going on in the AL East. We both mentioned the Red Sox there. Baltimore's finally found their footing a little bit. Toronto's been banged up the entire season, and they've fallen into the basement now. The Central still a mess. Are the White Sox or Guardians going to make a move? The A's have completely fallen off. The Mariners want to fire everybody, even though they're a game and a half back and they're barely above 500. So it's a messy AL, and we've known that since May. They're really good. The Yankees probably, as they always will, make a move. What will the move be? Harder to figure that out than most off seasons and trade deadlines and everything else. But they are poised, even though I now believe they're the second best team, to make a run at it. Because if it is Rays Yankees, the playoff format is going to draw them in the DS. Is that not true? What happened? Did something just happen I missed?
Yes, the Goz jinx. I love it. I can't wait. Somebody mark this. Freezing cold takes. Goz calls Yankees second best team. This means that for the rest of this, they're gonna barnstorm. They're gonna blow the doors off of the Rays. They're probably gonna bring Luke Weaver back in a trade from the Mets. Like maybe Lindor comes home. I don't know, but they're gonna as soon as you say they're the second best team, start celebratory drinks. I'm ready. Oh, let's go.
He popped. He popped that. So good.
Yes, I love the Goz jinx.
We would get Rays Yankees in the DS. So there you go. There you go, Yankee fans. Well, gosh, there's a bet that still needs to be paid off involving a DS Orioles Yankees. You know what? I don't know if that's dead or alive.
It's alive.
Somebody wants to. Is it? All right,
that's alive. Am I alive? Are you alive?
Yes, we're both.
We had a bet. We didn't have if we're on Fox Sports, it's a bet. No, we're on ESPN, it's a bet. No, it's a bet. It's just a bet.
Man, shout out to, I know that Tommy and Nicky has association well, but shout out to Horses Lounge, man. I don't know if you've seen some of their content on social media. Man, if that's John the kitchen cooking, they got some good food over there. The phone's been eaten first over to Horses Lounge, let's just say.
And God's trying to get free food. Look at you, you shameless.
You know what? Let's go back to JJ. Let's talk about, unless you have anything else there on the Yankees, I'd like to talk about your dear friend Jeff Jarrett.
I really do believe that the Yankees will be in play for Luke Weaver and some of the Mets players. I really like because the Mets are going to have to make some moves, and I think that's going to be one of the big storylines between now and August 3rd is the Mets and the Yankees playing nice together. So that's it. Yes, that's it.
Totally agree with your Luke Weaver take. I was bummed that he got dealt away from the Yankees. He was one of my favorite Yankees. He really was. You've heard me talk about him. I don't blame him for leaving for $22 million. It's a hell of an offer to get, especially with all the money the Mets throw around. So good for him. I totally agree. Love to see him back for the Yankees. I think he did a really nice job when he was given the ball in big moments for the game most of the time. Some Yankee fan might push back. Oh, if he did such a great job, why isn't he a Yankee? Fair enough point.
Side note. Have you seen what that scumbag Manfred's been doing? What your boy has been doing?
Dare you? What do you mean?
Have you seen what this scumbag is doing? Have you seen the MLB.com/salary cap website? There are commercials running everywhere I go. So like wherever men watch sports or men things, but I think a salary cap would make everything better. And they literally have an MLB.com website about salary caps. They are trying to get us to pressure the players to accept the salary cap. You dirty, dirty scumbag. Your boy Manfred is a dirty, dirty scumbag. MLB.com/salary or whatever the hell it is. Every time I see it, I feel like texting you. It's usually like 3:00 in the morning when I just wake up in the middle of the night to pee for the 50th time because I'm almost 50. Yeah, like, and so I don't text you, but your boy Rob Manfred trying to play to the people, to the fans, so the fans go after the players. Joke's on you. The players don't give a rat's ass what we think as long as they get their gajillion dollars.
I was hoping you didn't see that. I was hoping. No, he won't catch that this middle of July, right? There's too much going on in sports. I'll just act. If I act like it's not happening, it's not happening, right? Oh yeah,
so dirty. I mean, it's smart. It's smart, but it's dirty. It's dirty. As Mike Corda has a line that he likes to give me when I do something that he like every once in a while I'll play a prank on someone and he'll be like, "It's dirty, but I like it." Like I'll leave like dirty sneakers in Ware's office. It's dirty, but I like it. Put that on a shirt right now. It's dirty, but I like it.
Sports Business Journal, Dan Lebitard, all the stuff that I read or listen to. Yeah, they're all blasting Manfred. Just skip, rewind, fast forward. No, not Rob. And the worst part is to the Rob Manfred brainwashing going on involving the salary cap. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'll keep saying it for a new audience. I'm anti-salary cap. Not just anti-salary cap baseball, just capping people's commissions in general. Capping the amount of money somebody can make does not feel like America. I know that's more of a political take than anything else, but like, stop, Rob. What are we doing? I call him Rob now. Manfred, what are we doing? Knock it off. No one's going to buy that in the country of America, the United States of America. Nobody's buying. We need to limit people in the amount of money that they make. So, you know what? I first got on the salary cap thing was my buddies. They would sell tickets. One of their first jobs out of college was selling tickets. And I feel for people who sell sports tickets because two ways they can be capped. One, actual attendance, like your arena can only sit 50,000. You can only go so high. And two, you are dependent upon the product. You can be the best salesman in the world, but if your team's going 4-8, you can't do anything. You're going 3-9, you can't. So, commissions can change all that. So, darn it. I hope we didn't see that.
It's funny because like I am pro salary cap with contingencies. Like it's got to be a salary floor. There's got to, because I think that makes baseball better and more competitive. There's got to be a salary floor. I like the cap, like the way the NFL does the cap makes sense. It's a rev share. We call it a salary cap, but it's a revenue share. So the players get, I think it's 49% of the revenue. Ownership gets 51% of the revenue. Well, why isn't it 50-50? Why isn't it more to the players? Why isn't it? Because the players aren't the ones who, like, players will come and go. If these owners aren't here, nobody's spending $9.6 billion on the Seahawks. So like if it's a revenue share, which limits how much you can make, I think that's good for the sport moving forward. Is it good for a guy like Juan Soto or Shohei Ohtani or whoever's supposed to be getting $700 million? No. Here's the real reason I love the salary cap. Defer whatever the hell you want. It doesn't matter anymore. We all, because what the Dodgers are doing, I want a salary cap more because what the Dodgers are doing than anything else. Because I think that's the cleanest way to make deferments go away, or at least limit them. Because if there's a salary cap based on each season, well, now I need to know what that person is truly making that season. So it doesn't behoove me as a team now to go, oh, well, he's only making $2 million. No. He's going to make $68 million in 10 years. He's making $70 million this year, and that comes off your $200-300 million cap. So there's reasons why I like the salary cap. I just don't like that your boy Manfred is playing the game like he's our puppet master and we're all going to do what he wants. Like, I want the cap because it makes sense, if it makes sense. If the salary cap is just an arbitrary number, bull crap, I don't want it. But if it's a revenue share with the players in the league, then it makes sense, and now I'm here for it.
Add this to the list of things I wish I was in the room for. I wish I was a fly on the wall in the room for the pitch of, hey, boss, I got a great idea. For us to start getting the public on our side, let's pitch salary cap propaganda. Good one, boss. I think it's a great. I want to know how it started, who pitched it, who approved it. It's a lot of butt kissing there, whoever did that one.
Oh, it was some scumbag like me whose whole job is to, spin. Like it was some scumbag. And they were like, hey, we get public opinion on our side. Tell me more about this public opinion. So the next one is going to be MLB.com/Manfred is cool.
It gets nasty. Like, that's like, gosh, 6 years ago was COVID. Because this was every day during COVID in that summer where, like, the owner said this, the player said that, the owner said that. Remember when they were to come back and how they're going to play and all that stuff? And at one point, I remember somebody was just like, can you just say passing that Manfred told you? We're getting kind of sick of it. Just let him say it, man. There's nothing else going on. Just stop being a mouthpiece. Yeah, exactly. Yo. All right, let's go back to Jeff Jarrett here. Dark Side of the Ring. I finished it. You work with Double J. I know he's responded to it. I know this did a lot of views the last time we talked about WWE, AEW, TNA, all this stuff. I'll let you go first because you saw it before I did. Your final thoughts on the completion of the rise and fall of TNA and Jeff Jarrett's story.
Great television. Good television. I think, like, again, I would like to hear the other side. Like, I would like to hear, and who knows, maybe they got that plan for next season or latest, like Dixie. I'd like to hear Dixie Carter. I'd like to hear Kurt Angle. I'd like to hear from those guys. It's very pro Jeff Jarrett. It's very pro Jeff Jarrett. And again, I believe he's, you can tell that he wanted that to work. Like when you talk to Jeff Jarrett, failure is not a Jeff Jarrett thing. Like it's not. Like he's a worker. He's going to go after it. But like I would have liked to have heard the other side a little more non-biased. Would have taken it from good to great for me.
I do like that at the end, Jeff Jarrett was owning some of his abuse stuff, and I'm talking about like substance abuse and getting help and getting treatment. And he knew the second time around it wasn't as well.
I felt targeted. I felt targeted when he was talking about that he noticed he had a beer belly, and that's when he switched to vodka. I felt like he was poking.
Oh no! You guys didn't know each other then, though.
I still, you know what I mean? I thought it was a preemptive strike. I felt seen and not in the best possible way. So I did buy a bottle of vodka though. So, and then it's funny because we went to Morton's, my daughter and her fiance, and I had a fat tire, which is a Belgian wheat, and my daughter's fiance goes, I'll have one. And he goes, I gotta tell you, you're the reason I drink beer now. I used to just drink this and then. I'm like, dude, you're 24. Like, don't blame me for beer. Like I'm the reason you drink good beer. Like that, like I'm the reason you drink good beer. Like you were drinking like Beast or something or PBRs or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I'm the reason you're drinking IPAs and Belgian wheats and you know, you're not going, oh, you get a 30 rack for $8. Like that's that you want to blame me for that. Fine. But like the day a 24-year-old goes, it's your fault. I've had beer. Shut up.
There's also a part of me that now wonders, like, for those who never see Dark Side of the Ring, they tell the story and then have a reenactment of what's happening in the scene, but it's all like ghosted figures of what's now. Right now it's like Jeff Jarrett's pointing at his belly and then he's pointing to someone with a backwards hat and a beer. Like, hey, now I definitely feel targeted. Why did we need that interaction?
Yeah, I mean, and can you imagine, like, there's certain times, like, I would love to be in a movie. I'd love to be in a TV show, you know, some of the stuff that your dad does. I would love that. But can you imagine the casting for that one? Hey, we're not going to show your face. You're going to be like an obscure silhouette, but your job is to look like you're mostly in shape, but you're bloated. Like what was the casting call for bloated, faceless Jeff Jarrett at a pool party? Like, and who's like in? Like what are we doing? Oh,
I found myself as a fan of him because he cares. He's passionate. He did leave it all out there. I do. The criticism or critique or whatever of Dark Side of the Ring that I would offer up is, yes, I would love to see Dixie Carter and Kurt Angle talk about their side. I do feel like the Bischoff Hogan thing I would have liked, obviously, Hogan's past since the filming of that. Bischoff did what he could. For me personally, as a fan, the only time I ever watched TNA, and I love pro wrestling, I think it's awesome. I watch it less now, obviously, with my different life that I'm living with 3 kids. Although, then again, I'm watching a lot of John Cena and Cody Rhodes. So maybe, different styles, let's just say, of what's more modern. I would say that I would have I didn't know about TNA until Bischoff and Hogan came, is what I should have said. Because at that point, the WWE was very kid-friendly, and that was the alternative, and I grew up in the Monday Night War. So, look, it didn't work out, but I'm talking about TNA. But I found it, hopefully the next one with Samoa Joe and all this other stuff, and if you're a wrestling fan and keep clicking on our shorts and videos, we appreciate that. And this is the fun part about doing a podcast. We see what a lot of people are listening to. AF1's getting a lot of love, Yankees, WWE talk, so we'll keep giving you guys what you want.
Well, we'll try. I mean, we're no Rob Manfred.
Last one I got here. We mentioned the World Cup earlier this week. We've mentioned baseball. We've got a lot going on. Football is still a few weekends away, both from the college end and the professional end. Preseason will start up in a little bit, and we will definitely do our NFL season preview show. Might be a little earlier release this year, Levack. I kind of got a cool idea where I know you're hitting vacation for your big 5-0 coming up in August. Maybe we release the NFL preview show on that final week, day by day, division by division, then to come out with the full preview at the end.
Hold on.
What?
Time out. You're gonna try and make me do more work now that I'm not working? Like, screw you. No, I literally thought about that today. I had lunch with Evil D and Christina from the old office, and they told me how much they missed me and how much the office has changed without me. And I just sat back and was like, tell me more about how great I am. But I thought about it in the middle of that. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. This year, the week of my birthday, Goz can either have somebody fill in, do the show by himself, or whatever. Maybe I jump in from the airport or something. But I'm not going to go. Like I'm taking that week to myself, and I'm going to Denny, and we're having matching shirts made. Like I'm going full in on this bad boy. And the other thing is, early November, the Raiders are at the Jets. I'm not beholden to anyone. I'm going to go to the Raiders-Jets game. And there's nothing anyone can do to stop me. So you just stop trying to book my time, all right? You're not the boss of me.
Maybe through the magic of taping, we'll figure out another way to have that content out there. We'll figure something out. Right? We'll figure it out. Shout out to Delia. Shout out to Christina. I'm glad they're doing well. Good for them. I don't know what this weekend looks like for me. This is an odd weekend. I want to get back. I told you I wasn't going to complain about Saratoga. I do want to get back in. Golf, I was so ticked. I entered a golf pool. I was the second place team. Then I woke up this morning and realized 3 more rounds had to be played. I'm no longer in second place. When it was one of those.
Nobody picked how that's going. Nobody picked how that's going.
My thumb's going like this. I'm like, ooh, there must be a mistake. I'm way much higher up here. Where am I? Why? What's happening? Where am I? It got so bad. I'm like, clearly there's a mistake. And I hit search and it popped up 53rd. I'm like, ugh, things haven't gone in my way.
There's still more rounds. I mean,
a lot of golf left, a lot of real swings left, a lot of stuff left. So yeah, I'm a little mixed here. I probably golf and baseball this weekend, and I'll catch it up on the bear. I was so embarrassed today at swimming lessons. We were talking about Big Brother, and me and my wife watched an episode last night. We're talking to one of our friends. I'm like, so what do you think about Big Brother show so far? She goes, you watch the veto? I was like, no. She goes, you watched the conversation between this guy and this girl? No. She goes, what did you watch then? We're like, oh gosh, are we that far behind?
Dude, you got Big Brother shamed? Like, how do you get Big Brother shamed? I don't even feel like that's a thing.
It was
like, oh
so
my God,
bad.
you didn't watch TV? Like, that's weird. That's a weird shaming. It's a weird.
It was because we also were all proud of ourselves. Like, ooh, we're caught up. And they told us, not only are you not caught up, you've watched nothing.
They hit me with that at lunch today. Like, how are you caught up on House of Dragon for Game of Thrones? I'm like, yeah, I'm absolutely sure. So I start talking about it. They weren't. They didn't watch last week's episode. They didn't realize it. So I spoiled last week's episode without even trying. Because of that, of course I'm caught up. I have no life right now. I do 75 meetings a day, but by 5 o'clock I'm sitting here picking my nose. So I'm caught up on every show. I've watched 3 minutes of Big Brother. It doesn't do for me what it used to do for me. I'm over it.
Yeah, it's definitely a different style of the show. It's definitely evolved.
There's not enough racism in Big Brother anymore.
It's not right. They need to bring back what it was Showtime After Dark, baby, and people are running around naked on Big Brother, getting a lot of hand.
Amen. I used to work for a guy named Chili Walker when I was on the edge, and Chili and I didn't agree on a lot of things. But one theory he had that I agree with is well-timed booby shot makes a good movie great. You know what I mean? I don't need the whole movie. It doesn't need to be porn, but just drop, just a quick boob shot can really take a film, from a B to an A, or a D cup. I mean, whatever it is, it could do it. It's one of the smartest things that man ever said.
Please, AI, if we cut clips for this show, please, I want the clip today to be Chili Walker. One great boob shot makes a great movie. He
used to do
good to great, Chili Walker.
He used to do he was like, Chili, and and this one guy would call every day and be like, you put on a freaking jacket, and he didn't understand what the guy was saying. He's like, I don't get it. I'm like, because you keep saying you're Chili. Yeah, that's my name. I'm like, but it's also if you're cold. Oh, that's stupid. I'm like, no, it's kind of funny. And the fact that he's committed to the bit and calls every day.
So
I wonder what that dude's doing. I haven't heard from that dude in 100 years. Hope he's alive.
Chili Walker. Let us know, Chili, if you're listening, please. We'd love that. We can add you this if you want. Oh, but I know you're a God of War player. Did you see the movie Injured? They had to recast the movie today.
The TV show.
Oh, it's a TV show. I was told it was a movie.
No, who got hurt?
Kratos. Looked like there was a T in there. He tore his pec. He's out for the season. Ryan Hurst, I believe, is the actor's name.
Yeah. It was a weird casting anyway. I love Ryan Hurst. If you watch Sons of Anarchy, he was Opie. Kratos to be recast on God of War TV show after serious onset injury. I didn't see that. You broke that to me. But here's the weird part. So Ryan Hurst, again, his a lot of people would know him because he was Opie on Sons of Anarchy. But in the last game, in Ragnarok, God of War Ragnarok, he was the voice of Thor. So he was the villain that fought Kratos for most of the game, and then he was the voice of Kratos. So like it was a weird casting in the first place. I wonder how far into the shooting they were that they have to do that, because like you can't, like Kratos is not. There's the two guys who have done his voice. The first guy, he's not built like that, and the second guy is, but he's older, so I don't know if he could do all the shooting the way you would want it. And they're both doing the video games, like they're remastering the first 3. I'm totally nerding out right now, and I don't care.
I knew you were gonna like it. That's why I threw it up there. God of War, yeah. There's God of War fans out there. I don't know.
All right, let me call my boy over at ABC. See if I can get in shape real quick. I got the Kratos beard. I'll shave my head for it. I'll get jacked up. Ghost of Sparta. I'm ready.
Would you join the acting game? I see what some of these extras 100%. And stand-ins. I think, man, everyone needs a role.
You know what's crazy? Like, one of my biggest dreams is to be a voice of like a cartoon or like a video game. Have you seen how they shoot these freaking video games now? So like the I can't think of the guy's name. He was on Stargate. That was the guy who's Kratos in the recent video games. But he's like a big dude. Christopher Judge is his name. He's a big dude. So they have him in a CGI suit with like the ping pong balls, and he acts out the scenes while doing the lines, and then they motion capture that and they turn it into the game. So like there's a part where like he beats this guy and he goes to grab like a horn off his belt, and he misses, and then he grabs it, and that was because the actor missed while he was shooting it. And they liked the way it looked because it just showed frustration, that they left it in and it became part of the game. So like those are like, dude, I'm such a nerd. I'm basically a born again virgin. I'm such a nerd. Like I played Ragnarok again. I've almost got a platinum trophy for the 3rd time on Ragnarok. I can't find God of War 2018. I know it's in my house. I just don't know where. I've got it.
Everyone has their thing. I'm glad you're doing this conversation with me and not with the people you've met with today. If Delia and Christina had to hear this conversation,
they're well aware that I'm a nerd. Like they're nerds too. They're just nerds on different stuff. Like Delia needle points. Like what are you, 80? And then like Christina is just like an old lady who sits home alone all the time. Like they're two beautiful young women who are nerds. That's why we're friends. That's why, and like we're actually setting up. We're going to start doing Soprano dates. We're all going to get together and watch Sopranos together because we don't have lives.
They haven't seen it?
No, they have. I don't know if Delia has. Christina's rewatching it, and I was like, the only way I would rewatch it is if I could watch with somebody else, because my ADHD won't allow me to watch something I've already watched unless I'm like experiencing it with someone else. And then I jokingly said, Wednesday Soprano dates. And they're like, dude, we're fucking in. Let's go. I'm like, really? All right, rock and roll. I'll hang out. Look, I'll get a nice charcuterie board. It'll be great.
So a Sopranos binge or Soprano weekly rewatch would be awesome. I'm now convinced. I loved that trailer that came out with I Play Rocky. I don't know if you saw that trailer. That looked awesome. But the whole thing, look, there's some bad Rockies, but like I feel like Rocky is a sports movie. At times can be argued it stands alone, at least for the series that has become Rocky. There's nothing in the sports world that touches it. Now you've got the actor playing an actor who's trying to play an actor in a movie coming out.
The dude pretending to be the dude who's another dude.
You look good. I thought he did a nice job. I got to catch up.
I didn't watch the trailer. It bothered me. The premise bothers me. Maybe if I watch the trailer, I'll like it. I haven't watched that trailer yet. There's a couple really good scary movies that I got to see. Like, I think Obsession I can rent this weekend.
Obsession is the movie of the year, by the way. That movie like blew up. Everybody's talking about that.
Crazy over that movie. And then I might, if I do, I'm a little ticked off. I wanted to go to the drive-ins this weekend, but Evil Dead Burn is not in the drive-ins around here. So like that was, so I may, who knows? Maybe I'll go over to like Crossgates and go see Evil Dead Burn. Like I'm a big Evil Dead fan. I miss Bruce Campbell, but I like the Evil Dead. So the Deadites. Shop smart. Shop S-Mart.
Have a great weekend. You and I are back together on Monday. I don't know the next time I'll be in the capital region, but we'll keep pumping this content. Oh, I didn't do the comments. 2 quick comments that came in.
Oh, yeah. Please.
Very entertaining. Shout out to Jay.
This is what we would call questions from the flock on Wednesday night. So we need to come up with the name of the fan group now.
Ooh, maybe we'll do. You know what? I know you've been talking about doing live shows. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe when you're set up there, I'll say, Levack, just turn me on. Just throw me in, and we'll go live after Flock You, recap Flock You, or we'll find another day. I want to hype it up when we go live.
The leases are up my butt. No, I gotta get out of there. I hit the ground running after Flock You.
Jay Busy wrote, guys, great show. Still saving the episodes from my ride home every single day. Keep them coming, boys. Go Firebirds.
That's awesome. I really appreciate that. That's awesome.
Our guy Monty wrote, hope Rex found Captain America. For those who are
listening, pay that much attention. Like that's
right. Those who only saw the audio version, you finally see now with this camera how often my boys do pop in. So real quick, I hope I don't get in trouble for.
They're more now. They didn't. They knew with the show. Jay Bernard, by the way, thank you because he shared the episodes on the Albany Firebirds Nation.
Oh, so that's awesome, man!
Firebirds fans would know that we were doing stuff.
Very cool.
You, Jay. That was really cool of you to do that.
Very nice, man. Very cool. Keep that going. I saw Jeff did that on Facebook, and I saw Bill. Oliver, man, that stuff really does mean a lot. Today my son passed swimming lessons, but what really was the drama. Yeah, so he's on to his next level. So he was hyped, but the real drama was my sister-in-law got hurt at work today, so she had to get like she was Kellen Winslow Sr. getting carted out of the school. So a bunch of stuff has changed here at the house. So for the audio audience only, what you missed is my oldest Rex came in here like 5 times during the show. His grandma's watching 6 kids right now. So she's 6 on one of the other rooms. So I was like, he's like, I'm going to take advantage of this. Dad, open this up. Dad, do this. Dad, do that. Yeah. So yes, they're coming in more frequently because of the different recording schedule.
I like it. I think it makes it more real. I think people can relate to it. Because listen, when you're enjoying the show, if you're enjoying the show, you probably have the same thing going on. I remember one time we had a chance to talk to Jordan Ron on, and he had to hide in his closet. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Because his wife and his kid were looking for him, so he literally went. He goes, "I'm just gonna hide in the closet and do this real quick." I'm like, "What? You're gonna hide in the closet? You? All right, rock and roll, get it.
Do what you gotta do, dude.
Right, whatever it takes, man. Have fun with your 75 kid chores that you're gonna go do, and
thank you. On Monday, we got to reveal who we're taking for our home run dinger pool. We got a few more days to think about, unless you already had a pick ready to go.
I'm between Yordan Alvarez. I was thinking Kyle Schwarber, but he's got a lot of tough games ahead of him because they got the Yankees and the Dodgers and everything. So I'm between Yordan Alvarez, and I might just go Homer Ben Rice. But again, the Yankees have a tough run too. So I'm thinking Yordan. I
have no clue. I'll tell you on Monday.
I was gonna pick him, and I was like, let me wait. I got time. So yeah, we'll share that with everybody. I somehow have a feeling we'll end up on the same guy. We almost always do. That sounded really gay. I'm sorry. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But
I'll hit the button.
Hit the button.